Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, guys, we have something very, very important to talk about. In fact, this may be one of the most important videos I have ever made on this channel. And believe me, guys, even though you may think I'm the king of clickbait, I do not say that lightly, because Bitcoin, as you will probably know by now, has been under a downtrend for the last 3 years, and effectively yesterday, Bitcoin has finally broken that downtrend on not only the daily and the weekly chart, but every chart in between. Guys, this downtrend defined the bear market that we've been in ever since $20,000, and Bitcoin smashed it yesterday, and not only did it smash it, it tested it as support and bounced. And in today's video, we are going to be discussing that breakout, why it's so significant, why you need to be paying attention, and where Bitcoin may be heading from here. Guys, a pretty simple video premise, but we're going to be mixing it up a little bit later on in the video, so make sure you watch to the end for that. Guys, we're about to dive on into it. Before we do, though, I do want to mention our Bybit referral link down below. A lot of you guys have been joining that lately. Thank you so much. If you're an experienced trader and you want to leverage trade and you want to help support this channel, you can use that link down below. But anyway, that's enough of that. Without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Yo, guys, check this out. Look at this mug Taylor bought me. This is so cool. This is awesome. Guys, if you don't know, I'm a massive fan of vanity coffee mugs. And one day, I'm going to get a P.O. box set up for the channel here. And all I really want is coffee mugs. Like, don't send me anthrax. Don't send me any of that crap. Send me coffee mugs. When we get the P.O. box set up, send me stuff like this. Because I love vanity coffee mugs. That's from Colorado. That made me... I should have bought one while I was out there. Either way, thank you, Taylor. Give Taylor some love in the comment section down below. She edits all these videos. She made that little brave the other day, so give her some love down below. She'd appreciate it. Anyway, guys, let's jump onto the chart. As you guys will probably know by now, if you don't, you might want to check your practices for looking at crypto markets. But if you don't know by now, Bitcoin has had a massive breakout over the last 8 days or so. As you can see, the last 7 days, I stand corrected, Bitcoin has rallied 20% from where we started down around $9,000 to over $11,000. That wasn't the quote, but over $11,000 is where Bitcoin has rallied to. Not only has it rallied 20%, as I mentioned in the intro, guys, Bitcoin has now just effectively broken the longest downtrend in the history of this entire market. On the logarithm chart, as you can see, we have our set point right here, our pivot point right here, and then if we zoom over to our current market, Bitcoin was testing this downtrend of resistance that is very clearly defined by the 2 previous highs right here, and yesterday we smashed it. We absolutely obliterated it. And I hear what some of the bears, the few that are left, are still saying, and they're saying, Jeb, the weekly chart candle hasn't closed yet. What if we come back below and the weekly chart candlestick rejects from that downtrending level of resistance? Here's what I have to say to that. Bear? I say, look at these 3 previous highs. They all tested the exact same point on candle wicks, not candle bodies. Even if Bitcoin were to pull back down to $10,400 and lower, pull back 6-7% in the next couple of days and close the weekly candlestick down below there, we have still smashed with a candle wick, even if not a candle body, that downtrending level of resistance. So take that, bears. Doesn't really matter anyway because we haven't done that yet, but there you go. Guys, I have gone over all of the bullish technical indicators on Bitcoin. We've talked about this cross right here and how it's only the 4th in the history of Bitcoin, how it is calling for a bull market. We've talked about the same cross happening down here on the daily chart. We've talked about daily and weekly chart MACDs already. We've talked about how Bitcoin on Google Trends is lagging, and we actually haven't had an increase in interest on Bitcoin just yet, but that will start to come back pretty soon. We've talked about how Bitcoin passed $300 billion in market capitalization, and oh, by the way, overnight we've added $25 billion with a B dollars worth of market cap. And of course, you guys are aware by now that Bitcoin is over $11,000. We talked about all that. But what we haven't talked about as much is where exactly Bitcoin is going and when it might get there. Well, guys, as you know, and it's very important that you know this, Bitcoin hit 9 on the TD sequential yesterday, and that does indicate that we are going to see some kind of correction relatively soon, within the next 7 days. Now, I want to define our terms here. Correction does not mean Bitcoin falls $50,000 down to Gehenna or something. Correction means a day or 2 of red candlesticks to reset the TD sequential. Now, a day or 2 of red candlesticks like it did right here can result in a big correction, but that doesn't necessitate a big correction. As you can see, back in May, when Bitcoin had ignored the 9 flash for like 6-7 days, it only needed 2 small red candlesticks that totaled about $500 in price action to go ahead and reset that TD sequential. I believe the same thing's going to happen to Bitcoin. We're going to have a pullback probably down here to, you guessed it, our uptrending level of support around $10,600. Now, if you'll notice on the candle wick, we've already tested support here, which is fantastic. I'm very happy about that. But this 9 flash does need to be addressed, and I guarantee you in the next 7 days it will be. Mark my words, I will be quoting myself here in a minute. Now, with all of that said, I need to make it clear because I'm going to have some people down in the comments saying, yeah, you said Bitcoin not going into bull market. I never said that, okay? You clear on that? I never said that Bitcoin's going to not have a bull market. I didn't say that. I did say we're going to have a pullback, and I guaranteed it to you because of the 9 flash. However, I do believe that Bitcoin is entering a bull market because we've just broken the biggest downtrending level of resistance in the history of the crypto market, and that is obviously going to bring some bullish price action. With that said, what are our price targets? Because now we're in blue sky breakout, and we need to figure that out. Well, guys, quite obviously, some of our price targets are going to have to do with the previous levels of support and resistance that we have set. One of them, for example, is going to more than likely be this level around $12,000 flat. It's a big even, and it's also where Bitcoin tested right here. In fact, if you look back on the history of Bitcoin, this high over here was $11,700. So I am predicting that we're going to see some kind of zone of support in between $11,700 and about $12,150. Right there is where I'm expecting that we'll have some kind of flagging. By the way, we might flag and reset that TD sequential before we get there, but I do think we're going to have a little bit of trouble getting through that. Do I think we're going to get through it? Yes, absolutely. I think we're going to eventually get through it, but I think we're going to have to grind through that level just a little bit more than the others. Above that, of course, another price target would obviously be our previous high over here in June at $13,700. Guys, if we break this, I want to be very clear here. If we break this, we're heading to 20,000. If we break that, we are in a confirmed, proper, big, strong bull market. There are different kinds of bull markets that have emerged in the last 3 years. We've seen shorter-term bear markets than we normally saw in the history of Bitcoin. I'm talking about a big bull market that would probably end up leading us to $100,000 over the next 3 years. Needless to say, I'm expecting that the next 2 years on Bitcoin or so, following what we've just seen, are going to be pretty bullish. Now, of course, guys, it's pretty cool that technical analysis is relatively universal because if you look at the Fibonacci retracement on Bitcoin, you actually find something very interesting. If you know about Fibonacci retracement, and if you're in CT2A, then you will know about something that we call the golden pocket. That's a pocket in between 61.8% retracement and 65% retracement. And if we zoom in here, we can see that that golden pocket lines up perfectly with this level of resistance that we just drew. $13,700 bisects that straight through the middle. Now, the golden pocket is important on both uptrend and downtrend, but this is showing that $13,000 right here is most certainly going to be a big level of resistance. That was our previous high, and if we were to replay the chart from like right here, you would see why that was our previous high. Because even back here, we had the absolute low of this market, and we rejected in the golden pocket. Technical analysis works on very short-term time frames, and it works on very long-term time frames as well. So does Bitcoin get through this level the second time? Guys, that much is very obviously up for debate. We can predict whether or not Bitcoin gets through 13.7 in that golden pocket, but we can't say definitively. What we can do is look at the evidence and see what it brings us to, what conclusion we can come to from it. I would personally say that there's a very high chance that we do break through $13,700, and that can be highlighted with one reason. Notice our golden cross over here. This is the fourth of these in the history of Bitcoin. The one that started the previous bull market happened at $3,700, and yes, it did lead to a bull market. Yes, it did lead to 250% price gain. But what it did not do was return us to $20,000 because we had already gotten exhausted by the time we hit that golden pocket. Notice that Bitcoin had to rally 270% to even get to the golden pocket last time. This time, however, just to get to the golden pocket, Bitcoin only needs to rally 46%. And as we've seen in the last 7 days alone, Bitcoin has already rallied 22%. So with that being said, it makes a lot of sense that we're not going to get rejected at the golden pocket this time because this time the bull market is starting much higher and we're starting from a higher foundation. It makes sense to me that we will break through the golden pocket and we will be heading towards $20,000 in the next 6 to 12 months. I'm being conservative with that because it's possible that it happens quite a bit quicker. We have to be careful about what the market has convinced us is true, and over the last year, we have seen that Bitcoin's been trading sideways and not making very many major, fast, bullish moves. Last 400 days, ever since 13.7, Bitcoin has basically been trading sideways. But notice, this bull market right here, guys, this happened in the span of 4 months after it had started. If this bull market went exactly the same as the previous one, then Bitcoin would rally to $33,000 before the end of the year. Is that going to happen? I'll be honest with you, no, I don't think we're going to be trading at $33,000 before January 1st. I don't even really believe that we're going to be trading over $20,000 before the end of the year. But that being said, with everything we've just seen, I most certainly do believe that we are going to end up trading above that level. Do you see the difference in what I'm saying? Bitcoin has just broken, I can't stress this enough, I know I've said it like 5 times, but Bitcoin has just broken the biggest downtrend of resistance in the history of the market. And when you understand technical analysis, you understand the magnitude of that. Bitcoin has broken a level that is hugely important. And generally speaking, the size of a breakout is going to be proportional to the strength of the level that was broken. And if you follow that logic, then you understand why this is so powerful. In the same way that when Bitcoin broke $10,000 for the first time back in 2017, we rallied to $20,000 in the span of a month. Something similar may be happening here. Someone mentioned in the comments yesterday, I'm getting a December 2017 vibe. I'm not. I'm getting like a January 2017 vibe. This market is set to explode, and that is very exciting. With that said, I'm going to start making this a habit in videos moving forward, because moving forward I see a lot of bullishness for Bitcoin, but I want to make sure that we're being careful and that we're pulling in the FOMO and we're pulling in the hype. Because guys, it's very easy for us to get super excited and say, oh, Bitcoin's going to $20,000, Bitcoin's going to $30,000, Bitcoin's going to $50,000, Bitcoin's going to rally this much by this day, and then get carried away and then not realize that if you want to be here to stay, you need to stop losing your money in bad trades. Look, it's very easy when Bitcoin is rallying to get really, really exuberant and say, win Lambo. Win Lambo, win Lambo, win Lambo. But the fact of the matter is, Lambos come to those who earn them, and Bitcoin rallying does not equate to you earning it. If you want the Lambo, then you need to earn said Lambo. Look, I'm not in the market for Lambos. I could go buy a Lambo if I wanted to. I mean, they're cool. I got better things to do with my money, not gonna lie. But if your whole mentality is win Lambo, oh my gosh, I need a Lambo, then you're never gonna get one, because you're focusing on the end goal rather than the way that you're gonna get there. But don't misunderstand what I'm saying. It's very important to have a vision. There's a reason that the most successful people in the world are called visionaries, not hard workers, even though they are. You need to have a vision. You need to have a goal. You need to have a dream. But don't let the dream cloud your vision in the moment that will stop you from ever getting there in the first place. Because a lot of people, they get really pumped up and they say, yeah, Bitcoin's rallying, Bitcoin's going to the moon. But at the end of the day, even if Bitcoin goes to $20,000, that's only a 90% gain. Lamborghinis are 300 grand if you want a new Huracan, or 500 grand if you want a new Aventador SVJ. Actually, those are like 650 with options. If you double your money just from Bitcoin going to $20,000, are you going to have $650,000? Probably not. It's not Bitcoin going to 20K that's going to make you $600,000. It's you knowing how to trade on the way up that's going to make you that money. Bitcoin being in an uptrend is all fine and dandy. I'm excited about the adoption. Don't get me wrong. I want to see Bitcoin trading over $20,000. But Bitcoin simply doubling in price is not going to take your $1,000 investment and turn it into $600,000. That's just not how this works. You need to know what you're doing, and you need to be able to trade the markets profitably. So it's all fun and games, and it's really enjoyable to say, win Lambo. I love the meme. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be a killjoy, but I want to make sure that we're not guiding our own investments and trading by that philosophy, because I think a lot of people do. And I don't want you to do that, because it is not going to end well for you. So make sure you're realizing that while investing is important, and yes, it is important that Bitcoin's moving up, we love mass adoption, we love what Bitcoin's going to do, because at the end of the day, it is going to be a benefit to the world at large. We need to make sure that we actually understand how to trade and profit in these markets and not get carried away with visions of money and riches and islands and Lamborghinis. Or Lamborghinis? I don't know. Anyway. Rant over. Tell me what you think in the comment section down below. I appreciate your feedback, guys. Last couple of videos have been doing really, really well. Seriously, guys, thank you for 16,000 views yesterday and 1,400 likes. That was amazing. Guys, we're about to wrap out the video. Before we go, though, I do want to mention one thing, and that is that if you are interested in trading with leverage, this is a dangerous thing. It's something that you need experience to do. But if you are thinking that you're ready to trade with leverage, Bybit is the best trading platform for leverage trading in crypto. And if you want to support this channel and also get started trading with leverage, then you can do so at the Bybit link down below. But guys, seriously, I caution you. I'm talking to the experienced traders among us right now. I'm not saying that, oh, you've been in crypto for 3 months and wow, you just had your first profit. I wouldn't encourage you to go and start trading on leverage, but if you are experienced in the market and you are consistently profitable, there is a Bybit referral link down below, and you do help out the channel quite a bit when you use that link. I want you to realize, guys, everything that goes into this business is not going to enriching me. I've got the life that I want. I have a halfway decent house, and I've got a purpose. That's all I really need. Every dollar that's made from this channel is staying in this business for a very long time. we are building something really cool here. So if you guys want to support the channel and support the visions and the goals that we have of helping a lot of people and helping you guys to learn crypto, then you can use that link down below. It does help out the channel. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.